It was a peaceful Saturday morning in Willow Creek Estates. I was making breakfast while Emily, my wife, was on the phone with her sister. The birds chirped, the lawnmowers hummed, everything felt normal. Calm. Until it wasn't. Just as I cracked an egg into the pan, I heard a loud thud. I turned around and saw Emily collapsed on the floor. Her phone had slipped from her hand. Her eyes were half open, her breathing shallow. I dropped everything and rushed to her side. Emily, can you hear me? No response. I grabbed my phone and dialed 911 with shaking hands. 911, what's your emergency? My wife just collapsed. She's barely breathing. Please send an ambulance. An ambulance is on its way, the operator said. Stay with her. Help is coming. I stayed by Emily's side, whispering, hold on. Help is coming. Minutes passed. Then more minutes. I kept looking out the window, but there were no sirens. No flashing lights. My phone rang again. This is Officer Ramirez with County Emergency Services. Our ambulance is outside your community gate, but it's locked. Is there a way in? Locked? The main gate should have opened automatically for emergency services. I ran out the front door and down the street to the entrance. That's when I saw her. Karen. The HOA president. Short, platinum blonde bob haircut, clipboard in hand, standing beside the locked gate like a prison guard. And right outside that gate was the ambulance, lights flashing, sirens silent, paramedics waiting. Karen, I screamed. Open the gate. My wife is dying. She looked at me with a smug expression. You didn't submit a guest entry form, she said. No one enters without HOA approval. Rules are rules. I was stunned. Karen, it's an ambulance. She crossed her arms. If I start letting emergency vehicles in without approval, everyone will do it. It's a safety issue. The paramedic shouted from behind the gate. Ma'am, this is a life-threatening emergency. Please let us through. Karen raised a small black remote and double-locked the gate. This is private property, she said. If you force entry, I'll press charges. I was frozen in disbelief. My wife was fighting for her life and this woman was quoting HOA bylaws. I called 911 again. Please send the police, I said. The HOA president is blocking emergency services. Understood. Units are en route, the dispatcher replied. I couldn't wait. I ran back to my garage, yanked open my tool cabinet, and grabbed a pair of bolt cutters. I sprinted back to the gate. Don't you dare, Karen yelled. That's destruction of HOA property. I didn't care. I snapped the lock. The paramedics rushed through, pushing past Karen. They made it inside in seconds. Karen was screaming behind me, threatening lawsuits, yelling that she had video evidence and witnesses. Then the police showed up. 2 patrol cars pulled in with flashing lights. Officer Ramirez stepped out and saw Karen yelling and pointing. He calmly asked, Sir, are you the homeowner? I nodded. My wife collapsed. She's being taken to the hospital now. Karen locked the gate and wouldn't let the ambulance in. The officer turned to her. Is that true, ma'am? Karen huffed, this is private property. They didn't follow the proper procedure. Ma'am, he interrupted, blocking emergency responders is a felony. You endangered a life. She went pale. But, I was just enforcing HOA rules. Officer Ramirez pulled out a pair of cuffs. You have the right to remain silent? Karen screamed as she was arrested, but no one defended her. Neighbors peeked from their windows. Phones were recording. Justice had arrived. Emily recovered after a few days in the hospital. The doctors said if she'd gotten there any later, the outcome could have been tragic. Karen? She was removed from the HOA board, banned from any leadership roles, and charged with obstruction and public endangerment. A new rule was added to the HOA bylaws shortly after. All emergency vehicles must be granted immediate access to the community, without delay or interference. And as for Karen, the only gate she'll be seeing now is the one on the county jail.